In a dramatic twist to the Dharmasthala mass burial case, the special investigation team has now arrested the man infamously known as Masked Man. Identified as CN Chinnayya, alias Chenna, the former anonymous complainant has now turned into the prime accused. Police sources confirmed that Chinnayya was taken into custody after it was established that his earlier statements were misleading and fabricated. The witness protection provided to him has also been officially cancelled, with SIT framing direct charges against him. According to sources, during intense grilling by the SIT officers, the anonymous witness admitted that he had been induced and misled by others to give false statements. In a shocking revelation, he in fact confessed that I'm only a player, the masterminds are somewhere else. They told me to say like this, so I said it. They told me to take the skull and hand it over to the court, so I did. He further admitted that he had no knowledge of where the skull produced before the court had actually come from. Despite repeated questioning, he remained evasive about the origins of the skull. At one point, he insisted that investigators must first conduct excavation at the spot he had shown earlier. IT suspicions of inconsistencies in his testimony subjected him to hours of questioning. Under pressure, the complainant finally spilled crucial details, exposing contradictions in his earlier version. As of this morning, the arrested Chinnayya is scheduled to be produced before the Beltangadi court at 11 a.m. Prior to his court appearance, a mandatory medical examination will be carried out at Beltangadi Taluk Hospital. Police are expected to seek his custody for further interrogation, as investigators believe more key details could surface once he is thoroughly questioned under custody. With this arrest, the case has taken a dramatic turn. The so-called whistleblower there has now been unmasked as an accused, raising bigger questions on the alleged masterminds he claims were pulling the strings behind him. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Vajiullah, who joins us live with more details on the same. Vaji, this is a shocking twist in the Dharmasthala mass burial case. The so-called whistleblower is now the accused. What more can you really tell us?
Absolutely, Neha. The entire Dharmasthala case is now getting murkier by the minute, and as you rightly pointed out, the masked man who has been guiding the SIT all this while, getting a lot of places dug up, claiming that he had buried so many bodies in these sites, is now being turned as the prime accused in this matter to find out who is there behind this conspiracy. Because all this while, when all these places were dug up, the SIT has not been able to find a single proof or single piece of evidence claiming what Chinnayya, the masked man, had claimed so far. So right now, as we speak, also he is being produced in front of the Mangalore court, where the court is now trying to look into the charges that have been put against him, and to see what charges will be framed against him, and what will be the fate of Chinnayya as we speak. Uh, it is something that has been a talk of the town for all this while. All of them were glued to find out what is happening in Dharmasthala, and we'd also seen a political repercussion with regards to this also, Neha, with both the BJP alleging that the Congress party is trying to tarnish the image of Dharmasthala, while the Congress making it clear that by this investigation they are clearing the air that people have been talking about Dharmasthala. And even DK Shivakumar was speaking to the press today, had said that it was a conspiracy, and now with the masked man getting arrested and the confessions that are coming out, it looks like that the conspiracy is turning out to be true. He also turns out to be somebody from Tamil Nadu, was living near this place some time ago, but then he had gone back to Tamil Nadu and come back as he had got a job here. And how things turns out, we get a clearer picture as soon as the court proceedings are over, and what is the fate of the masked man.
Right, Vaji, this case has taken a sensational turn now. What are the investigators saying? What exactly did he admit to during questioning?
Well, yeah, in the last few days, we had seen that the digging had been stopped because a few pieces of bones were found at the particular site, and it was sent to the FSL. And even in the house the Home Minister has said that the digging will be stopped until we get a clearer picture from the FSL on what these bones are. And then the FSL turned out to be, the bones turned out to be of a male person. And that is when the SIT started questioning the masked man Chinnayya. And for 2, 3 days, they had just called him to the SIT and made him sit at the office. And on the third day, when they started grilling him, that is yesterday, under pressure, he came out and he said a lot of things. As per sources, what we've learned is he confessed with the fact that he's a small pawn in this entire thing. There are bigger people who are playing this card outside, and he has just said what he's been told to say, and he has no idea from where the skull had come. So these few things baffled the entire SIT team, of which had been running the entire operation under the word of this masked man, saying that he had done all of these things. Now it remains to be seen how things will pan out, because the investigators have arrested him. The witness protection that was given to him has now been cancelled, and he's been rightly produced in front of the court. And in a few minutes from now, we'll also get to know what is the fate of the masked man.
Right, and Vaji, very quickly, what do we know about Sujata Bhatt? She is also, she's confessed to fabricating the story of Ananya Bhatt and her alleged murder in Dharmasthala while speaking to the media. What do we know about this?
Absolutely, that is another angle to the entire this thing. Sujata who at first claimed that Ananya Bhatt was her daughter, has now taken a U-turn, saying that a few YouTubers had pointed out and told her to say these things, and she had said this under the pressure of these YouTubers. And now this particular revelation of her has also turned out to and baffled everyone. How these statements will be taken by the investigation, what action will be taken against her, is something that we'll get to know in by some time. But what we know right now is that heavy police protection has been given outside Sudhada's, but fearing the fact that there could be a repercussion to what she has done, because a lot of sympathizers of Dharmasthala are angered by what has happened with regards to how these two people misled an entire investigation. We have seen how the governments had also gone to Dharmasthala to show solidarity. Today, also, the Congress workers are walking towards Dharmasthala protest, saying that it is a conspiracy, while BJP leaders also who have made it as a campaign to call Chalo Dharmasthala to highlight that how the government has been misrepresenting and tarnishing the image of Dharmasthala. So you have all these angles at the side by side, but what is the bigger part is the U-turn of Sujata Bhatt and the U-turn of the mastermind Chinmaya. It now remains to be seen how the court moves this further, and how much custody, how many day custody is be given to the SIT after this.
All right, Vaji, continue to stay with us. In fact, for those who have just joined us, let me also give a little bit of context. In fact, for those who have just joined us, this is a dramatic twist to the Dharmasthala mass burial case. The SIT has now arrested the man infamously known as the Masked Man. This is a sensational twist to the Dharmasthala, in fact, their mass burial case. Identified as CN Chinnayya, the former anonymous complainant has now turned into the prime accused. My colleague Vajiullah continues to stay with us with more details on the same. Vaji, coming back to you, what is the police strategy really now? Are they planning fresh excavations or further forensic checks?
No, from now, I believe the excavation part of it will be stopped, because the minister has said that till more concrete evidences that they found so far, which is the bones of a few fragments of bones that were found in the previous diggings. First, the FSL report of all these bones will come out. After which, when they get a clarity on what they have found, that is when further excavation will happen with regards to. But right now, what we are seeing is that the police is going to concentrate more on the masked man, because in the investigation and in the grilling that has happened in the last few days, it has turned out that he has been very evasive. He has not been able to answer a lot of questions, and they will now try to find out who is behind this entire conspiracy with him, with the source information that we have, and he has confessed to the fact that he's just a pawn in this entire game, and there are other big players who have been running this entire show, and we'll have to see who are these people and how far will the masked man be able to point them out and where this entire investigation go. But right now, we are seeing that the entire investigation has turned towards the masked man, who so far has been leading the operation with regards to where sites have been should have been dug up. Even during the investigation, he tried to point out that you have not dug up at a few places that I've asked at, for which the team clearly pointed out that all these places are dug up. You have to now tell us why you've been doing this. So you are seeing an investigation getting tighter and tighter by the day, and the police is right now going to concentrate on the conspiracy part of it till the FSL that they've been waiting for of the bones that they found at these sites comes out.